this is something I was having in my list. Deepak Rao programs I had been seeing, and when I see in live, it's an experience of its own kind. So off late, after this lockdown and no travels, his shows used to be a few hundred people in the audience and 10 on the or 15 on the stage and grand shows. So he has amazing to me. He has created an art of doing the same thing online. And I
Wow.
experienced that online a few times and I enjoyed it so much. And I said, uh, anything which I like, I enjoy, I make sure my friends and my relatives, they also enjoy. So I did one program for my relatives a few weeks back. And I said that next will be for my friends. Friends is an extended family, the close friends. And I said, and wherever they are, we will organize that. And that's how this today's date. And I must thank you for accepting, despite there are challenging time zones for some of you. Like Lake Juneja ji must be 10:30 night,
That's
and
correct.
for Tej it must be early morning 6 or 7.
It's 6:30.
6:30. One of my friend is joining from Calgary, Canada. He also is around 6:30 kind of time zone, and somebody is joining from South Africa, somebody from Europe, and some will come from our time zone, Sri Lanka. That's the same time zone. And then there are hardly anybody from Bombay. Oh yeah, Narayan. K.S. Narayan is from Bombay, and
Okay.
Deepak Rao is in Bombay. He's going to do it from Bombay,
Okay.
and Neha is helping. You can see her name down there in a very electronic manner written. She's controlling all of us today for another 1 hour or so.
Yes, hi
And
everyone.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
you don't know each other. I mean, some of you know each other, but not everybody. So
Good evening.
Good.
what I will do is I will take this time to introduce my friends to everybody, and then I'll introduce Deepak Rao to you, and then I'll hand over because you will not like me then. Once Deepak Rao takes over, you will just get engrossed and you will not even look at your watches. You will enjoy it so much. I will start with the page on the top left. I will see if I can show. Page used to be, we studied together. We did engineering together way back in 1970s, early 70s. And he was fortunate to settle back in US, and he's now in the West Coast and doing great there. And so I have to tell you, I have met him over the last 20 years, maybe 3, 4 times, and every time in San Francisco, for 5 times, in fact, and every time San Francisco. And maybe soon I will get a chance to see him in India. So then I have Prashant Desai. We were colleagues for 5 years,
Hi.
but in early 90s, Prashant, he's uh, he's a he's a person from whom I have learned some lessons of life. We used to travel the world together, and I think we have traveled. We haven't left any country where we haven't gone together. And now he's settled in Valsar and pursuing his interests, which are far beyond a ordinary person. And so he's Prashant Desai. Uh, I will introduce to you K.S. Narayanan,
Hello.
Bombay. He's one of the very few who are in Bombay
Yes.
currently, and he's a professional marketeer, ex Unilever and ex many companies, and he knows how to sell whatever you want to sell to the entire world. And we are fortunate to be colleagues in certain activities. Uh,
Thanks.
then I have Mr. Lake Juneja. He's an Indian but Japanese. I don't know whether he holds an Indian passport or a Japanese passport, but
I
he's
hold Japanese now. Sorry for that.
okay. So he's originally from India, but last more than 2 decades he's in Japan, and he's a very senior director in one of the very large Japanese company. And we have met many times in Osaka and Tokyo, but I think, and India, in Bombay, but currently he's in Tokyo. Thank you for logging in at odd time, Lekji.
Oh, thank you so much. Thanks, Satish. Thank you for inviting.
So I have now with me Raman Chopra. He's Delhi or Gurgaon or Noida. Where is that? Which part?
Noida. My office is in Noida.
Currently, and he's CFO of a very large chemical company and very upright professional, and tons of profits they are making in their company. And the CFO's job, when you make tons of profits, becomes that much more interesting.
Thank you for inviting. Thank you.
Here is Naresh Gupta. He's another person with whom I have seen the world. I have traveled with Prashant Desai, maybe 50 countries, and I must have traveled with Naresh Gupta, another 50 countries, many common. And we used to be colleagues for more than a decade recently. I mean, in Lupin when I retired from there, and he's president. He has taken over that responsibility and taken it way ahead of where I left 10 years back. And he's also in Bombay currently. I have Mr. Ajay Singhal. He makes the country move. Thousands of fleet of trucks, and he makes all multinationals goods move from one corner of the country to another corner. During lockdown also, he was making it move. And we traveled together to North Pole just a year back. Very difficult to think about doing it in 2020. And another friend, and very supportive in any and every initiative we take. Thank you, Ajayji.
Thank you.
I have with me Sanjeev Jain, and he's very smart. Otherwise, must ke baat thoda sa. So Sanjeev ji is a first generation entrepreneur, and he has created one of the finest pharmaceutical company in the country from nowhere almost 15, 16 years back to doing, they are the largest manufacturer of pharmaceutical in India, I must say that. And there is no company, there is hardly any company in India which doesn't buy their product, or they make it for other companies, and he does turnover of maybe 3,000 to 4,000 crore rupees at a transfer price, which in the market would sell for 15,000 to 20,000 crore rupees. And thank you, Sanjeev ji, for being amongst us. And I have now with me Sanjeev Lamba, Indian, very Japanese. He was the CEO of a Japanese company, but from India. And the speciality of Sanjeev Lamba is, if you don't know, I'll share with you, there is a Red Jacket award by one of the leading pharmaceutical magazine, in global magazine. And they list 100 most influential pharmaceutical professionals in the world every year. And it's very rare to get listed there. I never could get chance to get listed once. And if you get listed 4 times in a row, you get a Red Jacket. So Sanjeev Lamba is not only in red turban, he also is a Red Jacket and a friend and an ex-colleague, and a lot of things we have to do together in future as well.
Thank you.
So I will, Sanjeev Bajaj has kept his video off. Now it's on, fine. So Sanjeev Bajaj is, I have seen Modi with beard always, but Sanjeev I have seen beard for the first time. And this phenomenon is new. This is with everybody during lockdown. Beard comes, but doesn't go on its own. You have to do it. Sanjeev is an entrepreneur. He is an entrepreneur. He has created a very high end of a technology-based company in the field of security. Security is getting another push due to COVID times, and Sanjeev heads it, and he's also from NCR area currently.
Yeah, thank you.
So I will, Anil Jain is another friend of mine. He's on the screen. I will introduce Anil Jain also. He's a professional, he's a president in Sun Pharma, currently handling entire API business, the business of both. Earlier, he was with my colleague in Lupin, and then we worked together in a project called Laser in when he was in Aurobindo. A great person, great professional. So thank you, Anilji, for joining us. I have honor to introduce Deepak Rao to my friends who are currently logged in from different parts of the world. Deepak Rao is, I have been amazed by a few people, but Deepak Rao many times, and every time I come across Deepak Rao's program, I get amazed the way he does the ESP show, and you will see that. And he has, as you saw the video clip which was going on before, he has done shows for around 500 corporates in 35 different countries. He has done a book on ESP, which is running 7th or 8th edition, and he's the one who has transformed while lockdown is on, deploying, leveraging technology from offline model to online model. It's an amazing. So I would like, me introducing you is words, but much more than words would be when you give them experience of its own kind. And I leave it to you. Over to you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Satish. I think you have raised the expectations so high that it's going to be a little difficult to match up to those expectations. Satish is a very, very close friend of mine, and he's also a part of my inner circle of friends. We have something called the CEO Forum, and I was also watching him introduce all of you, and I have made some notes mentally. And okay, yes, my name is Deepak Rao. I am essentially and majorly into mind-opening corporate training sessions for middle and senior management. This, I don't think, as Satish has seen my corporate training session. But that apart, what you will see me do now is something that I do for very select audiences, just about 4, maybe 5 times a month. Yes, as I said earlier, it used to be big screens, and 3-4 months I sat at home doing nothing, and friends suggested that why don't you try something online? So I had to really sit down and reinvent, and I came up with this little presentation, which is being fairly appreciated. Thank you so much.
Hi, Sanjeev.
Hi, Sanjeev. Security, achha, that means, okay, it's a very, very vast term. Okay, Sanjeev, do you believe in the sixth sense? Tell me, do you believe in the sixth sense?
I do.
You do. Well, some people believe, some people don't.
Wow. 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 Amazing. Too good.
Thank you, sir.
Too good.
Thank you so much.
This is mind-boggling.
This is a little, but you're a fairly transparent guy. You know, for a security guy, I would say you're too transparent. You know. So anyway, I hope you enjoy this experiment, and hopefully someday I might get to meet you with Satish ji. Quite often, Satish and I have a sit down at the bar and have a couple of drinks together. So maybe I can ask him to invite you over, and we can spend an evening together sometime.
Looking forward, sir. But I must really, compliment you for getting the time to the perfect minute, 11:30. This is mind-boggling.
Thank you. Now you have a story to tell your, I will not say grandchildren, but at least to your son.
For sure.
Okay. Thank you, Sanjeev. Let me now move on to Mr. Ajay Singhal.
Yes. Hello.
Ajay ji, hi Ajay. Did you watch the earlier session with
Yes.
Sanjeev Bajaj?
Yes. Hanji, dekha.
Dekha. Sir, we are now going to graduate to something a lot more advanced.
Okay.
And a lot more difficult.
Okay.
You know, aisa hai, I'm going to get into a very difficult zone. Ho gaya, sir?
Okay.
Okay, sir, please come close to the camera.
Hats off to you. Amazing. कमाल है. कैसे किया आपने ये भी बताओ यार. कमाल है. Amazing.
Anyway, thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Very nice.
Satish ji is a avid traveler. He loves to travel all the time. So this is a little plant that I have designed specially for our Columbus Satish Khanna. Satish told me very often that he has some of his friends out here who keep traveling with, who used to travel a lot with him. So we're going to have you guys going on a 10-day international vacation.
Great.
Wow.
Great. Oh boy. Unbelievable.
Italian food.
Amazing.
Amazing. Wow.
Amazing.
Wonderful. That's
Thank
amazing.
you so much. I hop you enjoyed this session.
Very much.
Satish ji,
Very much. Very much.
thank you so much. So I think we should all really actually thank Satish Khanna for this little adventure with all of you. In fact, it's also a privilege for me to meet all of you. If and when those of you are out of India, if you come to Bombay, let's catch up most often. We have a very large party circuit out here. We meet a lot of friends. So feel free to keep in touch with me. Feel free to keep in touch with Satish ji.
I would suggest, if it's possible, I always like the one which you do, ESP experiment. If it's possible, that'll be great for.
Okay. I have not told you this. Yeah, I have it ready. I can do it. Not an issue. Sir, what is the possibility of you being correct or I being correct?
I don't know, but I think you will be correct. Oh, beautiful. Amazing.
It goes to prove that you do have an acute sense of intuition also. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. I do have a motivational message which I pass on, but all of you are very senior people. It doesn't make sense for me to add on a motivational talk out here. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Aril Jain. Thank you, K.S. Narayan ji. Thank you, Sanjeev Bajaj. Naresh Gupta ji, nice seeing you. Raman Chopra ji, very nice.
Thank you.
Prashant Desai, Lake Juneja ji, Sanjeev Jain. Tej P. I can't see her full Tej. Sanjeev Lamba
Thank you.
and Satish Khanna ji. And who are the others? Yeah, and Ajay Singhal. Sir, thank you for being around.
And I must thank you, Deepak ji, creating an evening again of extraordinary kind for my friends, for my circle. And, I have never ever seen you fail. I always wonder, abhi to galti hogi kahin pe, but I have never seen that. And how you do it, it's really amazing. And I'm 100% sure that my friends from all over, I can request Neha if she can put all on screen those who are
yes,
watching
I'm doing
this
exactly
program.
that.
Yeah. And, Deepak ji, I have a friend from Canada logged in, from US, two of them, from Italy, from South Africa, from Sri Lanka, from Japan, two of them from Japan. Actually, you will see another poor gentleman, friend of mine from there, and all over from India, very few from Bombay, in fact. I couldn't, have everybody for today evening. I want this to be, the kind of experience I have experienced while seeing you. I wanted my friends to have it. And thank you for Deepak ji for the evening today. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So I will now leave you with your friends.
I'll just say hello to all my friends and
thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, Deepak.
Bye, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.
So Neha is bringing everybody on the screen, those who are for the exercise as well as. Can I request everybody to put their cameras on and keep they unmute themselves? I can see everybody. So what I will do is I will introduce. This world is very heterogeneous world. You don't know each other as much, probably I can introduce. I have introduced K.S. Narayan earlier, Naresh Gupta earlier, Prashant Desai, Raman Chopra, Sanjeev Jain, Lake Juneja ji, and Tej Pahwa, and Sanjeet Lamba, and Anil Jain already, and Sanjeev Bajaj. Now, Satyendra, he's a banker. Satyendra, I would request raise hands when I'm introducing. Satyendra is a banker and he deals with tons of money. Ajay Singhal, I've already introduced you earlier. Nikhil Bhatt is a scientist. Raise hand, Nikhil, so that everybody can make out. And my ex-colleague as well, K.C. Sharma. He's my ex-colleague for decades, and now he heads one of the very active manufacturing site of Lupin in Bhopal. Manish Mishra, hi Manish. He's
Yes,
from
hi.
Tokyo. Is quite late there, and we used to meet very often in Bombay. Now, last 6-7 months, the travels have been tough and impossible kind. I'm sure whenever you're in Bombay next, we'll have a drink together again. Trehan from Sri Lanka. Trehan, hi Trehan. You have to raise hands so that everybody can see you. My ex-colleague in Sri Lankan project, and he's right now in Colombo, and entrepreneur now, earlier professional. Nitin Jayawant, can I request you to raise hand, please? My ex-colleague in Lupin, and we stay in touch through WhatsApp now. We haven't met for years all together. I think someday we should have that get together in Bombay evening. And Naresh used to take initiative to organize that, and we should have that soon. I can request Mohan just raise hand. Mohan Sharma. He's from Hyderabad, currently logging in from Hyderabad.
Yes.
Okay, and my ex-colleague and HR expert, and he's still teaching a lot of concepts of human resource management to the industry. Milind Dupkar, can I request raising hands? Chemical engineer, but best known for his technological background, IT background, and he was the man behind all the numbers we used to keep together in Lupin. And Satish Valankar, one of the finest fermentation experts we have in India. I had opportunity to work with him, and he's very knowledgeable and experienced expert in the field of fermentation. Mr. Loda, a guru for me, a lot to learn from him. And I have always, whenever interacted with him, more than the subject, I observe him how he does it. So professional, the finesse of its own kind. He's a poet. He's an authority in the indirect taxation, and more than all, he's a very sound human being. Thank you, Loressa, for being
How
here.
generous, and what a fascinating experience we had today. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Loressa. And I have a Murli here. He's Dell is written there, but he's a scientist. But I know him for reasons other than science. He's one person who has spent a lot of his time, effort, and money to convert Gita into digital world, and in Telugu, in Sanskrit. And when he does Sanskrit Ucharan, if you keep your eyes closed, you think some Panditji is doing it so good in Sanskrit. And he has been facilitated by almost all the TV channels and all the political leaders. I have seen the compilation of all that. Jayant Bisrur cannot be seen except for, I can see the name. Jayant, if you can put your camera on.
Hi, Satish.
I cannot see you unless until you are with your girlfriend and you want to show us your girlfriend.
No, I think I'm not able to switch on my camera. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
Hi.
Okay. So another friend of mine, we used to walk for long on the Juhu beach for decades together, and he was a colleague earlier. He was also a finance expert. He is a finance expert, and now he lives life in his own terms. I know Prashant Desai enjoys life in his own terms, and Prashant, sometime you should meet Jayant Bisrur. He's another person like you.
Okay.
Then I have, Sudhir Vaid is there. Sudhir Vaid and Namaste Babiji. we were together in South Pole, and more than that, Sudhir Vaid is an entrepreneur. Earlier, I said Satish Palankar is one of the experts in the field of fermentation, but Sudhir Vaid has proved it. He has created one of the largest facility in the field of fermentation in the country, and I keep telling he has created a national asset and a very valuable asset going forward. If we are dependent on China today, I think someday some products from his company, China will be dependent upon in the field of fermentation. That's my wish, Sudhir. I have K. Anand next to him. K. Anandji, raise hands. One of the finest experts in the Indian pharmaceutical industry in regulatory and quality function. My ex-colleague and now a friend, and we work on some projects together even now. Heren Chelan, Heren, how are you?
Okay, and you?
Absolutely fine. Seeing you after decades.
Yeah, after a long time.
Yeah, Heren is where, in Durban or in Johannesburg?
In Durban.
Durban. Me and Naresh Gupta used to travel to Durban, and we used to meet Heren Chelan in the 90s, probably. He's an expert professional in South Africa. I have got next to him, your home is your immunity is so good slogan, Mr. Nanglia. The slogan says it all. Today, Mr. Modi also conveyed same message in the evening about staying indoors. Mr. Nanglia is a professional, finance professional, works in steel industry and in the Raymonds and Mittal Steels and DB. Hello, DB. How are you? Hello, DB.
Hi, Satish.
Yeah, my
Hi, Satish. Yeah.
And he's a very good singer and a very good professional. We used to work together. Hello, George.
Hi.
Yeah, another colleague, friend, morning walker, investor, and many things, all rolled in one, George. I have Devang Kapadia. Devang, you're also keeping yourself hidden along with your girlfriend or what? Devang, anyway, he's another ex-colleague and a friend, expert finance, and he has worked in Lupin, Reliance, and strategic mind. And Rahul Wadekar, I would not be able to introduce. I know Suhas Kulkarni's friend worked in Nigeria. That's only that much I know. And let me see if I have missed somebody to introduce. Neha always stays behind the camera. She's organizing the whole thing. She's making us meet like this, and she was coordinating entire program of Deepak Rao also, which everybody you all have enjoyed. I think I have introduced everybody. I can see on the screen. My request would be, if somebody wants to say something, there's an opportunity, we can spend some time together, a few minutes. And also, if you really enjoyed the program, if you can send your few lines, I'll pass it on to Deepak Rao. He's a friend of mine first. And he amazes me every time I attend his program, offline, online, and I felt that I should see that my friends also enjoy his program. And whenever, if you feel, if you enjoyed it, and I'm sure you would have, just send me a few lines, I'll pass it on to him. So, anybody want to say anything? The floor
So, Khanna ji, we are not criminals.
You're not criminals at all. You're friends.
So, let me repeat, dreaming small is a crime.
Yes.
And we are not criminals.
Yes, dreaming small is a crime and we are not criminals. So we have no option but to dream big and achieve that.
Yeah. Jeevan Saab, my regards to you. After a long time, I am seeing you.
Thank you. It's nice seeing you guys again.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
What a beautiful rainbow of friends you have collected.
Well,
great to see. Different fields, different geographical territories, spread all over the world. each a great achiever, each a great dreamer, and actually executing the dream. Brilliant, absolutely. Thank you so much, Satishji, for letting us meet each one of them. And
Thanks.
so very nice of you. And what a
Thank
wonderful
you, Satish.
experience today was.
Seeing
Thank you.
Mr. Mohan Sharma also after a long time. Good evening, sir.
So it's an opportunity to bring friends together, irrespective of time zone they are or geographical position they
Beautiful
are.
thought.
And somebody is having a post dinner tea or coffee or drink, and somebody is having early morning juice after a walk. I can't see Sira. I saw from Canada.
Yes, I am here.
Where are you, Sira?
I am here. If you look on the screen.
Oh, yes. Sira, can you raise hands?
Yeah, there we go.
He's in Canada right now, in Calgary, and he had his morning walk. And I said, Ravinder, we will have a drink, but I can't ask you. He said, no, I'll have my juice. And Ravinder was, we studied together, we did engineering together. You can imagine, way back in 1970 to 74. It's 50 years roughly going to be over. And we met after a gap of 40 odd years in the month of January in Chandigarh. We all, not all, 10 of us came together to meet. And so thank you, Sira, for making it early morning. And I
No
must
problem. It's just -6.
So,
and a nice lot of snow.
Yeah, -6. Yeah, that's another thing. When he told me that I'm at -6, I said I'm under the fan. It was last night and our morning. I said I've kept fan on, and you are in -6. I can see.
But it was nice walking.
Devang, I can see you now. Your camera is on.
Yeah. Okay.
Hello, Sudhir. It was a wonderful program. We all enjoyed.
I
Seeing many of them after a long time.
From Italy, Giorgio. He was also logged in. I saw his name. Some of the friends found the signal was not so great. One of the friends tried from US. And I can tell my Lupin colleagues, Vikas Narendra was trying to log in from US, and he did not find signal conducive. Great. I don't feel like switching off, but I know that it's a dinner time for India. It's a breakfast time for Canada and US, and it's a sleeping time for Japan.
Thank you, Satish. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
It was wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you,
and three cheers.
Great time.
Thank you all.
Thank
Nice meeting you.
you, Neha. Thanks a lot to you as well for enabling us
Thank you
to meet
so
like
much.
this.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Take care then. Bye. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Deepak Rao. Deepak Rao. We have with us today one of India's leading edutainers, Mr. Deepak Rao, who will present to us his extrasensory perception show, something that he presents mostly at the highest levels for corporate India and Asia. Deepak Rao is probably one of the very few people in the world who has this unique ability. Believe it or not, Deepak Rao has over 500 corporate houses inviting him repeatedly in over 34 key countries globally. You have to see his website with photographs and videos to believe it. Being a subject expert, in 2008, Magna Publications approached him to write a book on ESP, and now, with the 7th edition out, the book has proved to be a runaway success. The ESP show is for approximately 60 minutes. Feel free to come up and participate. Please keep your mobiles in silent mode, as interruption would affect focus and concentration and disturb your neighbor, for we would like you all to really enjoy the experience. I shall say no more. Let the show speak for itself.